I am definitely back about this topic on about raising kids. It is not easy. I mean, when I had my babies at the age of 16 years old, I had help from my parents. They was with me for a while until I ended up, living on my own and had the experience of being by myself. And it was a really great experience. Um, After that, I just began to realize it's hard. It's not so easy to be living by yourself and really trying to take care of your children and really trying to raise them and make sure that you have a lot of list of stuff of things that you need to do for yourself, and better yet, you can go to all them classes that you can, and it can still be hard for you to raise your kids. But there's something that I've been trying to do on my own to really help strategize myself with my kids, and it's called a behavior class on my own from home that I do where I talk to them about their behavior. I've been doing this for a while, and it seems to me it still have its kind quite issues, but I feel like sometimes whooping your child is only so much that you can do and involves in the whooping the kids. You're still going to have to continue to find some type of way of trying to raise your child. So for me, I've been trying my best to do a behavior class with my kids where they understand the importance of their behavior, because being a single mom, trying to make sure you clean up the house and barely even making $1, you know what I'm saying? You trying your best to make it in your life. It's hard. And you got to get in where you fit in the best way you can, but the right way, not the wrong way. And so my goal plan in this is to really just tell you guys my journey on how did I overcome certain things and how did I make it in my life and what did I do to achieve real success, because sometimes in life you think that you on the right track, and then sometimes you hit bridges. I would have dreams about different things, and I would dream a lot, and I had a dream one time about my dad, and I had a dream about my family members, and one dream I had that I was with my kids, I with a lot of people, and we were walking up this stairs and stuff was falling, but we kept walking. We didn't go back to get the things that were falling. And so it just prophesied the fact that sometimes in life things will fall. But if it's falling, you got to keep on walking up there and keep on going. Even if that stuff falls, you don't even need it. Keep going. And so even though right now I'm in a stretch level where I'm trying to pull myself, but allow God to help me. And I see that he is expanded to where I got to meet different people, but I'm still putting some boundaries on it because I don't want to be out there having so much fun and not seeing progress. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a different seed to where I want progress. I want to be able to make it in my life and not fall short in anything. I want to be able to go to the clothing store and not look at the price. I want to be able to have enough income to survive to where I can say these things for my children. I want to be able to just keep going in my life to where even if it's hard, I can find a way, because you know what? In life, not everybody's going to be available on your time. So you're going to have to be willing to not get too comfortable with people, because it's just a time to where they're there. And then you're going to have to understand that not everybody's going to be there for you. You're going to have to be there for yourself. And that is the main goal in my life, to where I'm like, okay, I know that I need to be here for myself. I know that I need to make sure that I'm okay, because health issues come into play. You know what I'm saying? Health is important. And then when health comes, then you got to make sure you're eating right. You got to make sure you're cleaning yourself, hygiene, all things. And so when you got all this stuff, it feels like a heavy burden, and it feels like you cannot make it. But I know that for some reason God is not going to let me fall because I saw it in my dream, the prophets calling me and everything. It's all this stuff going on. But God is definitely with me. And even though there's just so many things that's trying to hit me all at once, I know that there's still a God here. And that's where I guess for me, a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people really confuse themselves about who God was. And I just really want to tell people God is in you. God is really a God that he will really be there for you. I think people confused him. He will be there during your bad and your good times. And a lot of people, they'll sit there and get mad at stuff that they don't realize that God probably took that away from you for a reason. So you can get higher in your life. And I was one of those people. I was mad at God. I am not going to sit up on this camera in front like I'm just the best person, because I'm not. I was angry with him about my dad dying. I was angry with him about my mom leaving me. I was angry with him about me having to raise these kids on my own. I was angry. But you know what? I couldn't be mad at God for raising these kids on my own. I opened my legs. Ain't nobody told me to do that. You know what I'm saying? We make poor choices and get mad at God. And it's so funny because everything bad happens, we blame God. But why don't we never blame the devil? I don't be understanding sometimes where we send ourselves on different levels to where we don't need to be. It's like, first of all, we always blaming God for everything. Do we ever even mention the devil? He gets a lot of more credit than God does. Why is that? I mean, have you ever sat there and think about every time something goes bad, it's God's responsibility to fix it. Every time something is good, then God is good. But if something falls out of order, it's all his fault? Why is it? Have you ever think about your life and be like, man, why in the world I'm doing everything correct and still things are not going right? It's not that they're not going right. It's just that sometimes you just got to make sure you be gentle with you when you just believe. Because not everything is going to go right. But it's just about that if you believe that when you go straight forward in your life, you'll make it. And for me, for so long, I wanted to be able to talk to people about their life. I wanted to be able to just tell people that they can make it, because even though I am not where I should be, I know that I have a feeling that I will get there eventually. If I just pretend, not just pretend, but if I just go for it. Because it takes a little me for something big to come in my life. God's going to make sure he's going to help me be debt free. I believe it. He's going to bring me an apartment where it's a washer and dryer. Probably not even apartment. He probably will bless me with a house. God will bless me with a car. God will send me things. He sent me my father in my dreams after he died. So I know that God is a great God. But a lot of people had confused him over the years and not understand that he was real. I just don't get people. I just don't understand them at all, that they will rather go out and drink and do all these things and then talk about how bad God was. So God told you to drink. God told you to smoke your life away. God told you to sex yourself away. So it's all God's fault? Or really it's you? You didn't tell yourself that you deserve so much more. You didn't tell yourself that God put a little heavens in your heart so you will never settle for less. And that's why you didn't make it in your life. I look at myself now and be like, I am so proud that I went to college and it was only for 8 weeks. I don't care about no degrees. I don't care about all that. It's the fact that I am a single mother too. My dad just died. My mom had left me to move in with my brother. I mean, I went so far in my life to the fact that I was on bus and my kids were in school. I had childcare issues. I could not really work a full-time position job when my kid had seizures. It was so many things that would bother me in my head that I didn't know what to do. But yet I still pushed forward. I know that there's a God, and I don't care. There's so many people that will argue with me about religion, but I am not religious. I have a relationship with God, and that's the difference. I'm not ha, who, hale, no. I have a relationship with him on a really smoothing level to where I know that when everybody was seeing all these dirty stuff on me and I didn't know what it was, I asked him, God, do you see this dirty stuff on me? No, he did not. God saw me as his own image because he created me to be wonderfully made. And I'm going to tell my story whether people like it or not, because he made me wonderful. He did.